For 30 years, the most beautiful race in the world transformed the Italian landscape into a high-speed laboratory. From the dusty, unpaved roads of 1927 to the aerodynamic engineering marvels of 1957, the Mille Miglia was the ultimate proving ground for endurance, courage, and mechanical innovation. Today, we journey through the history of all 24 champions who conquered these 1,000 miles, spanning 3 decades of shifting technology and legendary rivalries. In 1927, the road was a different beast. It wasn't a circuit. It was Italy itself. When Ferdinando Minoja and Giuseppe Morandi crossed the finish line in their OM 665 Superba, they weren't just winning a race, they were establishing a 1,000-mile standard. That first victory, achieved with a 1999 cubic centimeter engine and 80 brake horsepower, set a pace of 120 kilometers per hour. Then Campari and Ramponi raced in 1928 and 1929, transitioning into the era of the Alfa Romeo 6C. These cars, first the 1500 Supersport and then the 1750 Supersport, refined the balance of weight and power, pushing top speeds from 140 to 160 kilometers per hour. By 1930, the legendary Tazio Nuvolari pushed the 6CGS to a recorded 170 kilometers per hour. The race was no longer just about finishing, it was about the relentless pursuit of velocity. The 1930s saw the Mille Miglia transform into a theater of engineering hubris. In 1931, the German Brute arrived. Rudolf Caracciola's Mercedes-Benz. Its massive 7-liter heart produced 280 brake horsepower, allowing it to hit 210 kilometers per hour, a figure that dwarfed its rivals. But the Italians responded with elegance. From 1932 to 1938, Alfa Romeo staged an unbroken 7-year siege. This was the reign of the 8C. It began with the 2300 Spider at 200 kilometers per hour and culminated in the 8C 2900B, a machine that by 1938 utilized 225 brake horsepower to hit 230 kilometers per hour on public roads. These were the years of Borzacchini, Varzi, and Brivio, men who treated the winding Apennine passes as their personal backyard. Conflict eventually halted the traditional route. The 1940 race was a streamlined anomaly, won by the U328 Berlinetta Touring. It was a masterclass in aerodynamics, proving that 120 brake horsepower could still achieve 200 kilometers per hour if the air cooperated. When the engines roared back to life in 1947, the world had changed, but the victor had not.
Clemente Biondetti piloted a pre-war Alfa Romeo 8C 2900B through a scarred landscape, maintaining a top speed of 180 kilometers per hour. It was the end of an era and the beginning of a dynasty. In 1948, the name Ferrari appeared on the winner's circle for the first time. Biondetti, the king of the Mille, steered the Ferrari 166S to victory, a compact 12-cylinder V60 powerhouse capable of 180 kilometers per hour. This victory launched a 6-year streak of Ferraris that would define the post-war performance boom. The cars grew in muscle and displacement. From the 195S of Giannino Marzotto, who famously won in a double-breasted suit at 200 kilometers per hour, to the heavy-hitting 340 America and 340 which pushed the needle to 260 kilometers per hour with 280 CV. In 1952, Giovanni Bracco took the 250S to a recorded 250 kilometers per hour, proving that Ferrari had mastered the balance of agility and raw power. The mid-50s brought the pinnacle of road racing technology. In 1954, Alberto Ascari broke the Ferrari streak in the Lancia D24, a V6 masterpiece hitting 250 kilometers per hour. But the following year, the record was shattered forever. Stirling Moss and Denis Jenkinson. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR, an 8-cylinder inline engine producing 310 CV. They didn't just win, they averaged nearly 160 kilometers per hour over the entire 1,000 miles, hitting recorded top speeds of 290 kilometers per hour. It remains the most celebrated performance in the history of the sport. The race reached its technological zenith in the final 2 years. Eugenio Castellotti's Ferrari 290mm at 280 kilometers per hour, and finally, in 1957, Piero Taruffi's Ferrari 315S. With 360 CV at his disposal and a recorded top speed of 250 kilometers per hour, Taruffi closed the book on the competitive Mille Miglia. 24 races, 24 champions. They pushed the limits of the internal combustion engine until the roads could no longer hold them. The competitive era of the Mille Miglia ended in 1957, but the legacy of these 3 decades lives on every time a classic engine roars to life. These men and their machines didn't just drive across Italy, they drove straight into history.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe. See you on the next one.